नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanedar, Kotaris, visitors, viewers, sitting with us all over the world through Nityananda TV, in Adi Kailasa, Paschima Kailasa, and through Nityananda TV and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. I welcome every one of you with my love and respects. Today is Kapila Sashti, the day Bhagavan Kapila appeared. Kapila was born without staying in mother's womb. He just manifested in front of the mother as a child because mother has done a lot of penance for Bhagavan Vishnu to be born as a son. So Kapila Maharshi is fifth incarnation of Bhagavan Vishnu, Mahavishnu, as per Srimad Bhagavata Puranam. And Bhagavan Kapila is also the head of our Sannyasa Sampradaya. The whole Sannyasa Sampradaya, whether in Vedanta or in Agama, Saiva Sannyasa Paddhati or Vedanta Sannyasa Paddhati, the first Sannyasa Paddhati is from Kapila Maharshi, and all the Sannyasa Sampradayas accept Kapila Sannyasa Paddhati as the source of Sannyasa Sampradaya. In Agama also, Sannyas is as per Kapila's Sannyasa Paddhati. In Vedanta also, Sannyas is always as per Kapila Maharshi's Sannyasa Paddhati. Shankaracharya's Vedanta Sannyasa Paddhati also is a commentary on Kapila Maharshi's Sannyasa Paddhati. Whether Sakta Sampradaya or Vedanta Sampradaya, even some of the Vaishnava Sampradayas, like Gaudiya Sampradaya, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, and important information including Buddhist Sannyas tradition is from Kapila Maharshi. Kapila is called Sankhya Muni. The word Sankhya Muni only is picked up by Buddhists to call Buddha as a Sakya Muni. And the word Nirvana is from directly Nirvani Sampradaya, Nirvani Pita, which is the Sangha of Kapila Muni. It is Kapila Muni's Sangha is called Nirvani Akada, Nirvani Pita. And the word Nirvana, all the key words of Buddhism are from Kapila. And Kapila is the first human being started developing thought currents. One of the greatest Siddha, master of creating Siddhas. That is why Krishna says, Siddhanam Kapilo Munihi. When he declares his glory as the ultimate, he says, among the trees I am the banyan tree, and among the Siddhas I am Kapila. So, among the sages I am Narada, among the Gandharvas I am Chitraratha, among the sages, Siddhas, I am Kapila. Siddhanam Kapilo Munihi. Kapila is the source of all the philosophies. The oldest philosophy in Hindu tradition, non-controversially accepted. Please understand, Hinduism and controversies go always together. There is nothing which is accepted by all Hindus other than very few things like Om, the sacredness of cow, and the sacredness of saffron color. Like this, very few things are only accepted by all Hindus non-controversially. Same way, almost all Hindus non-controversially accept Kapila's Sankhya as the oldest philosophy, Kapila as the oldest philosopher. From Sankhya evolves Yoga, Purvamimamsa, Uttaramimamsa, Nyaya, Vaiseshika, all the various thought currents, philosophies. Sankhya is all about giving you powerful cognitions through which you can start operating as the spiritual head Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Pita. I bow down to Bhagavan Kapila, who is our Adi Guru, who is the founder of our Sampradaya, and we also offered today Bandara in the Mahanirvani Pita for all the sadhus on behalf of our Sangha on Kapila Sashti, and we will also have Bandara in Adi Kailasa. Let us offer our respects, reverence and devotion to Bhagavan Kapila and then continue the satsang. We will have the puja and arti to Bhagavan Kapila, then we will continue the satsang.
दूर्वदितं दूर्वयं वयं दूर्वमस्त्वं देवानामसि सस्मितमं पप्रितमं जुष्टतमं वह्नितमं देवहूतममृतमसिरवेदानं ऋगुमस्त्वमाह्वामित्रचित्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षे माविर्मा संविद्वा माह्वारिगुं शिशुं धूपमाग्रापयामि अदीपः मम पशुगुच्छमह्यमावह जीवनं च दिशो दिशा मानो हि गुंक्षे जातवेदो गामश्वं पुरुषं जगते अभिप्रदग्नागहिष्यामा परिपातय दीपं दर्शयामि अत नैवेद्यम् मधुवरदायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माद्रीन सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुदोषधि मधुवपारि भगुं रजः मधुर्योरसुनः मधुवानो वनस्पतिर्मधुवागुं मधुसूर्यः माद्रीगावो भवन्तु नः मधु 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 नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि कर्पूरनीराजनम् ॐ सोमो वा एतस्य राज्यमादत्ते यो राजासन् राजो वासो मे नयते देवस्वा वेदानि हविगुंसि भवन्ति य एतावन्तो वै देवानागं सवाः तयेवास्मै सवान् प्रयच्छन्ति तैनं पुनस्वन्ते राजाय देवसुराजा भवति न तत् कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि
By offering our respects to Bhagavan Kapila, let's continue the satsang. And today we have one more wonderful thing. On this auspicious Kapila Sashti, Kapila's Avatar Dinotsava, Kapila's Avatar Day, we are inaugurating Paris Adinam, a new Adinam in Paris, and blessings to the Paris Sangha auspicious occasion. The Paris Adinam, and let the Paramashiva bless Paris and the whole France and ultimately whole world by being in the Paris Adinam and guiding every one of you. My blessings. Let the Paris Adinam become successful. Blessings to all of you. Shankarananda, Vishoka, Florent, Jennifer, Emily, Arsino, Marianne, and thousands of Adinavasis going to come and become part of the Paris Adinam. Blessings to all of you. Kapila is one of the most compassionate teacher, master, incarnation. You see, if I have to define Sankhya, most beautiful, most sweet, rules less, powerful cognitions which can bring order in your life and ultimate experience in your life. Understand? The whole Sankhya Karika, the whole complete works of Kapila, not even a single rule or law exists. It is just pure powerful cognitions. If you apply, automatically you will evolve a beautiful, powerful space and an order. Order which evolves without any spelled rules, regulations, laws is the best way to exist. I visualize, imagine, fantasize all our Adinams to be in the footsteps of Kapila. Just carrying the powerful cognitions, human being living in order. No need for laws and law enforcement. No need for rules and regulations. When people don't want to carry the powerful cognitions as lifestyle, then comes the stupid arrangements of mediocre substitute, which is called rules, regulations. Kapila is one of the most compassionate, beautiful being. Just by powerful cognitions, he was able to make an order in human beings. He was able to make an order And he was able to make people manifest powerful cognitions and powers. Today or tomorrow, any one day, we should reach what Kapila is trying to tell us, what Bhagavan Kapila is trying to teach us, what Bhagavan Kapila is trying to show us. Just by making powerful cognitions as your inner software, you go on, go on, go on. One of the biggest problems human beings face in their spiritual journey or in their life journey getting confused about these choices, either over choiced or under choiced, either overpaid or underpaid, either over sexed or under sexed, either over pleasured or under pleasured. Understand the idea of choices should become redundant in your life. That should not play a major role in your existence. Idea of powerful cognitions should be the source of inspiration, fuel for you, not the idea of choices in front of you. Understand? Life is continuous expansion. If you think it is in length and breadth, depth expansion, you will feel like the universe is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So more choices means you are growing more. No. Actual expansion is not in the size, shape, but in the frequency of consciousness, depth of existence. Don't think universe is like an egg and slowly becoming like a pumpkin. No. Egg hatching inside. Not egg becoming pumpkin, egg becoming hen. Understand there's a big difference. When the hen happens, he opens the egg. That's different. Shivam, costless auspiciousness and continuous expansion is not hen becoming pumpkin. It is seed becoming tree. Egg becoming hen. It's not egg becoming pumpkin. It's egg becoming hen. The depth of existence. Let me repeat. The expansion, continuous expansion of the universe is not like egg becoming pumpkin. It's like egg becoming hen. Choices are not freedom. Depth of existence is freedom. As long as you believe choices are freedom, you have done a terrible mistake in your life. You are in Throbhava, delusion. Try your best. You may have the whole world in front of you as choices. You will only be in depression. That doesn't bring fulfillment to existence. The depth of existence brings fulfillment to existence. Means you have developed depth to your feeling about your existence, you. How you feel about you is more deeper. How you feel and perceive as your purpose becomes deeper. How you celebrate the fulfillment of your purpose becoming deeper. The depth is the real completion and expansion, not choices. Persons who feel choices are expansion is waiting to end up in depression. Understand? Choices are expansion is a silly conversation and silly concept. Come on, now the whole thing is over. We have exploited all possible choices. Practically every choice possible, imaginable is available. That is why by 30 men are depressed. Human beings are depressed by 40. 30 depression starts, 40 depression settles. And now you are tired of even depression. Enough of money, enough of pleasures, enough of perversions. Everything is available. What will you do more than this? Understand, the thought current, choices are freedom, is going to destroy whole humanity. Intensity, depth is freedom, is going to liberate humanity. The depth with which you start existing, the depth with which you experience, whether sensory pleasures or your psychological pleasures or pains or the way you exist and cognize yourself and the universe and the source, God. The way you cognize these three, its depth is the real freedom and expansion. More and more beings becoming more and more deeper with depth is the real conscious expansion. Shivam means causeless auspiciousness, constantly expanding. That does not mean universe is like a egg and it is becoming like a pumpkin. No. It is alchemistry happening inside. Of course, I wanted to tell you very clearly. I wanted to put this on record. Even in length, breadth, depth, expansion is happening, but that is negligible if you consider the expansion happening in the level of consciousness. As I said, when the hen happens inside the egg, he is going to break the shell of the egg. So length, breadth, depth also there is expansion. But the real expansion is inside, in the depth. Understand? Whether the Pindanda, the body you carry, or the Brahmanda, the universe you perceive, whether the Pindanda, the body you carry, or the Brahmanda, universe which carries you, in both, real expansion is the depth, not choices. Biggest delusion for human beings is You are being taught and told choices are freedom, choices are expansion. If you have more choices, you are successful, is the stupid idea. I am not against choices, but I am against thinking choices as the ultimate solution for life. With choices, you may be over-choiced or under-choiced. You may be over-pleasured or under-pleasured. You may be overpaid or underpaid. You may be over-sexed or under-sexed. Understand? Choices. In length, breadth, depth is not freedom. If you experience powerful cognitions as your existence and your depth raises. I can give you one small example. Fundamental truths from Kapila, karma theory, reincarnation theory. Your existence is eternal. These great truths. Just try to chew them inside. The depth they can cause, the understandings they can cause, the liberation they can give cannot be compared to any amount of choices. Understand? I am giving you with a precise example and instructions. Whether you have multiple choices or you don't have, try this simple experiment. Few days, try to use these powerful cognitions for your operational purposes. Means to decide what you need to do every day in your life. Instead of operating from the agitation, the fever of day-to-day life, operate from the powerful cognitions like you have eternal time in front of you. Either you do it today or you do it tomorrow. You have time. You cannot perish. You can't perish. You can't be destroyed. You have to be alive till you realize you are eternally alive. Understand? You have to be alive till you realize you are eternally alive. Till you realize you are a liberated being, you have to be alive. If you are alive, be assured you cannot be eliminated. There can't be a space where you don't exist. Anything can be removed from you. It's just simple chemical hormonal ups and downs, which comes by a cup of coffee or seeing 2 minutes pornography. Understand, anything which can be removed from you is only a simple effect of coffee, nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. If you drink a cup of coffee, the high you feel can be taken away from you. If you see a porn, the high you feel can be taken away from you. Nothing else can be taken away from you. Your existence cannot be taken away from you. Start operating from this. The kind of the order you will develop in your life will be beyond any stupid morality, any stupid social systems influence. Very simple things. Your existence is eternal. You are going to take next births based on the cognitions you cherished most when you lived in this body. When you lived in this body, the most consciously cherished cognitions, understand? Unconsciously cherished cognitions have no power over you. For example, if you have been unconsciously eating, don't worry. The moment the Jataragni, the digestion fire stops in your body, no sin associated to eating comes with you. The moment you stop drinking means the system stops digesting liquid. All the actions and karma related to drinking drops and it cannot come with you. Understand? I am talking very responsibly. I am not telling go and drink. I am not telling go and eat what you want. If you go and eat what you want, you may have obesity. But you are not going to carry that karma with you, or you are not going to be tortured somewhere in the hell. If you drink, you may die because of liver failure, liver cirrhosis. But the karma is not going to come and you are not going to be tortured somewhere in some hell or anything. Be very clear. The hormonal ups and downs is different. Your eternal existence is different. If you steal dollar, the land in which the dollar is valuable, you will be punished. Not the land in which dollar has no value. If you steal gold, the land in which gold is valuable, you will be punished as per that land's rules. But not in the place where the space itself is gold. Why will you be punished in Kailasa if you steal gold in Bhuloka? No. Understand? Your eternal existence is beyond anything which can be taken away from you. If you understand that, if that powerful cognition becomes your operating software, I tell you, you will understand depth is liberation, not choices. Depth is freedom, not choices. Choices are not freedom, depth is freedom. The way you exist will be freedom. Free beings living together is Kailasa. Free beings living together is Kailasa. Understand? We can make Kailasa if we can rub the right sides of the human beings. Everyone is waiting to manifest Kailasa. Everyone is interested in Kailasa. All Adinams are fundamentally training center for you to make your Kailasa manifest. If you start operating from the powerful cognitions, the kind of order you will evolve in your economic principles, in your caring, sharing principles, in your relationship values, in your health, the mental setup, the jealousy, ups and downs, in all this you will evolve kind of a beautiful order. Neither ruling nor ruled. neither arrogant nor humble. You will evolve such powerful order if you start operating from these powerful cognitions. I request and recommend strongly all of you start operating, manifesting more and more powerful cognitions which raises the depth of existence, which gives you the taste of real freedom. I tell you, if you have not seen multiple choices and you believe choices are freedom, you are innocent stupid. If you have seen enough choices and still you believe choices are freedom, you are ignorant stupid. But anybody believes choices are freedom is stupid, simple stupid. Depth of existence is freedom. The operation with which you operate, the powerful cognitions with which you operate, the operating softwares which operates you, that decides the freedom. If you have 100 acre, again you will feel just the next 20 acre, if I add, it will be really wonderful. And if you have 200 acre, instead of 20 acre, 100 more acre comes to you. 200 acre, again you will be standing near the fence. Can I make just 100 more acre? It will be really 300 acre, amazing. More than my father. My father had only 275. If I have 300, I'll cross my father's number. If suddenly you have instead of 300, 500, again you will be standing in the fence only. Standing near the fence and looking at the other side of the fence and thinking you should have that is a simple, stupid human behavior. Anywhere you want to identify who are Indians, I can give you 3 things. 1, they will always order not by seeing the menu card but by seeing others' plate. 2nd, whether it is a bus or a train or a flight, window seat. 3rd, even 3rd one I will drop it. It's a little dirty, no need. So understand, by nature, whether you own 10 acre or 10,000 acre, you will be looking the other side of the fence, standing near the fence. How can I make this fence larger? That is not freedom. Operating from powerful cognitions and increasing the depth of your frequency, the way you exist, is freedom. Realizing your ups and downs does not decide your life. I tell you, one of the best thing happened in my life is at the very young age, these powerful cognitions have been taught to me. Again and again I overflow with the gratitude to my gurus, all the great siddhas who supported me. I can see the modern day what all people go through. Seeing that, I can understand how the powerful cognitions becoming your inner software, the depth of existence liberates you. Essence of the message of Kapila Muni, Bhagavan Kapila Muni, is depth of your existence is freedom, not choices. Essence of today's satsang, depth of your existence is the real freedom. Raising your frequency to the higher levels of existence through powerful cognitions is the real freedom, not the choices. There are wonderful, powerful cognitions about life, existence, universe, God. Make them as your operating software. Cognize and make decisions about what, why, when, how, everything based on these powerful cognitions. That is freedom, not choices. Ironing out your thought currents with the powerful cognitions is called Sankhya. Whether to eat a sweet, even as 10-year-old boy, such simple decisions like whether to eat a sweet or not, whether to go out and play or not, I took from the powerful cognitions. Even those simple decisions, whether to wear this dress or not, whether to go to some place or not, whether to engage with somebody, have friendship or not, all this was from powerful cognitions. And I tell you, again and again and again, I am feeling grateful for those, my gurus, who instilled the habit of operating from the powerful cognitions as my lifestyle. It's not that that time I really liked them. But the greatest sacrifice a guru does, he loves you even when you hate him. That is the ultimate sacrifice. And that makes me melt even now when I remember them. All the Tamil bad words I know, I have used it on my gurus. That is why now all you guys are using it on me. It's a karma coming back, nothing else. But now when I remember every one of them, my whole being overflows for what they have done to me. Even when I hated them, they did not hate me, they did not give up on me. They made me to start operating from powerful cognitions. Even simple decisions like that, to eat a candy or not, whether to start talking to somebody or not, whether to engage friendship with somebody or not, everything they made me operate from the powerful cognitions. Now I realize it. What they have done is something extraordinary. As I said, only Guru can love you even when you hate him. That's the biggest sacrifice a person can do. My gurus have done that to me, and I will do that to you guys. I have seen how They supported me. My resistance was irrelevant for them. That's the most beautiful thing. My resistance was irrelevant for them. They did not care about it even for a penny. They just brushed it aside. And it was such amazing. To be brought up by that kind of gurus and who have so much power over me. The whole society was such. They had a complete control and power over me to make me realize what I am. They were able to really get into my system and make the powerful cognitions as the operating software. I tell you, if I have to walk extra mile, I'll remember the patience Arunagiri Yogeshwara showed on me, Raghupati Yogi showed on me, or all these great siddhas who groomed me, showed towards me. I'll remember all of them and walk that extra mile to reach out to you guys and make you understand operating from the powerful cognitions is freedom. Depth of your being is freedom, not the choices. So, with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam, Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.